I've been using the Motorola RAZR Ultra for 1 month, and I don't regret switching to it. Like, I've really been enjoying using this phone, and in fact, it's the best RAZR phone that they've ever made. Of course, it's got the Snapdragon 8 Elite processor. It's got all the flagship stuff in it, and the cameras. It's got the 250 megapixels on the outside, the 50 on the inside. It's got a bigger battery than last year, and it's got a more improved hinge. It's got a better crease in the screen. It's supposed to be 4 times more durable with the hinge. And overall, I mean, it's just a fantastic phone. Now, I want to talk about this because I did a video like a month ago saying I was switching from the S25 Ultra. So the S25 Ultra at that time had been my primary phone. I was using it as my daily driver for 3 months. Like, it came out in January. I've had it since January, and it was my daily driver for a long time. And I like that phone a lot, but I'm a big fan of the flip phones. I'm a big fan of the RAZR phone. So as soon as I saw this phone, and I've got the Scarab Edition, this is what it looks like with the Alcantara leather. Been using it for a month. You can see this is what the leather looks like. It's still in pristine tip-top shape with the stitching and the leather and all that good stuff. So, I mean, that's a concern some people have had, but I think it's going to hold up for a good while. Anyway, I don't have any concerns with it after using it for a month, but they've got the one with the wood back, they've got the other different colors, and I think they did a great job. I've got the 1 terabyte model, I've got a terabyte of storage, I got 16 gigabytes of RAM, and this phone is a full level flagship, and that was one of the things that really kind of took things away from me last year and the year before, because I did have the Snapdragon, I had the RAZR Plus 2025, and I had the RAZR Plus 2024 and 2023, and the 2024 had the Snapdragon 8S Generation 2, and the Snapdragon 8 Plus Generation 1 in the 2023, and that was good, but it's like it wasn't quite there. Like, the battery wasn't quite there. I feel better with the titanium build and the reinforced, more durable hinge. I feel better having a higher storage level capacity. I feel better having more RAM. I feel better having, a little bit better camera system and things like that. So when I saw this one and when it came out, I was like, this is going to be my new daily driver. Like, I'm going to test this one out, and I haven't been disappointed. Like, I've really been using it, and there's only two things that I will say, and one of them is not really that big of a factor because yes, they don't do 7 years of updates. They don't do the monthly security patches. Mine has the security patch from May 7th. We have to look at this and see how they go moving forward, because Motorola traditionally does bi-monthly security patches. So this one is not expected to get a security patch until July. At like a $1,400 phone, I fully expect that it should have monthly security patches or at least more timely updates and things like that. So it's one of those things where we're going to have to see how it goes, because when you take a look at the operating system updates, that's the biggest concern a lot of people have. They don't get them until late. I mean, basically, like, okay, we have Android 15, we have the new Motorola RAZR, and it's like, by the time the new one comes out, the old one gets the update like a year later. So I feel like they really kind of dial in, like, okay, we're going to put all this effort into the new one, and then that will carry over, and we'll give the old one the update at the same time. So that kind of rubs me the wrong way. Hopefully we'll get a more timely update to Android 16, but we just don't know at this point. Also, we've got the Moto AI button. There's a dedicated AI button over here on the side. You can press it and hold it. You can set it up for a double tap, and it's embedded with Moto AI. There's some customization you can do with it, but I think it's a big miss that you can't just like program it to do whatever you want. I feel like it's neat to have that little AI button there, and you have some flexibility with it, but it really is kind of short-sighted. Like, they just didn't do enough with it. I really wish that you had more opportunity with that. You still have the gestures built into it where you can do the wrist twist motion and it pulls up the camera. So that's nice. You can do that, and then you can do the chopping motion and it turns on the flashlight. So you've got that going on for you. So I like those things, but I think the AI button could have been better. And the other thing that's frustrating to me, this phone is so slick. I wish they would have some sort of texture on the sides. Like, the front doesn't bother me. I mean, it's glass. The back doesn't bother me. It's got the leather. But the sides are just so slippery. And especially like me, I'm a dude. I get kind of drier hands. I don't sit around and use lotion all the time to keep my hands moisturized. It's one of those things where sometimes I do worry about the phone, because I'm like, all right, I'm grabbing it. I'm flipping it open. I'm doing stuff with it. I just have that constant worry in the back of my head where I'm like, this sucker is going to fly out of my hand one day. And there's not a whole lot you can do about it. I mean, maybe you could get some sort of a sticker set. I don't know. I have to look into that. I don't know that they make like just grip textures you can add to phones. But yeah, there might be some case options. But if you put a case on this, then you're going to smother the really amazing Alcantara leather. And then it's like, what's the point? And it's even more slick with the wooden back one. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't choose the wooden back one. Motorola sent this to me. They gave me the choice which one I wanted. I wanted the Scarab. I wanted the Alcantara leather. I like this a lot. The wood is nice, but it's even more slick. And I guarantee I would that sucker would fly out of my hands. So it's a slick phone, but it's also, I mean, it's slick in the sense that, like, man, it's a nice phone. It's beautiful. I think this is built really well. And performance-wise, it's top-notch. And that's one of the reasons why I finally switched over to actually being a daily driver phone. I've been using it for the last month. And I've been using it with T-Mobile just fine. 5G, no issues. Handset call volume is fine. The haptics are pretty good. I wish the haptics were, like, a little bit better. Like, the haptics are good, but they're not, like, pixel level good. And at this point, I'm really just kind of nitpicking about the stuff that I'm like, all right, where could we fine-tune this a little bit better as we go forward for the next one? And yeah, the haptics are good. I wish they could like be a little bit more fine-tuned like we get with like the Pixel. Wish it was a little less slick. I wish it was a little less expensive. There hasn't been any sales yet because of course the phone just came out a month ago. But I think the writing on the wall for this phone is you'll see it go on sale in July. Whenever the Z Flip 7 hits the market, I think that they'll be really aggressive. They'll drop the price of this probably for $999. And then you'll be like, okay, do I get the Z Flip for probably $999, or do I get this with like, 512 storage, 16 gigs of RAM, the full 4-inch screen on the front, the better software experience, all these great things, battery improvements, hinge improvements, IP improvements, like all these crazy things. Do you get that for $999, or do you get the Z Flip? And I'll test the Z Flip out too. I'm going to test out the Z Flip 7. I'm going to test out the Z Fold 7, all that stuff. But yeah, I got to say, I moved over from the Ultra, and I really haven't regretted it. Now, another phone that has showed up, though, in the last couple of weeks that I've been using as well, I've been carrying two different phones, is the Edge. It's funny, I have two different phones. I have the RAZR, and then I have the Edge. And I really like the S25 Edge. I might have to do some soul searching and be like, okay, would I use this? And this, of course, it has better battery life. It has the flipping thing. It has a bigger screen, high refresh rate, even higher refresh rate, really. And it has the flip factor, it has the wow factor. But then you take a look at the Edge, and you're like, you know what, this thing has some wow factor too. But yes, the battery life is not as good. It's super thin, it's super lightweight, but this is also significantly lighter than, like, let's say, picking up the S25 Ultra. At least it feels that way to me. I don't remember exactly how many grams it is. But yeah, I haven't regretted switching from the S25 Ultra. Is this to say that I don't like the S25 Ultra? No. Is this to say the S25 Ultra is not the best phone you can buy for the money? No, it's not to say that. I wanted to see if I could test this out and it could perform at like a true flagship level that would make me, somebody like a phone power user, happy. And I'm happy with the battery improvements. I'm happy with the storage that I got. I'm happy with the cameras. A lot of people like to crap on the Motorola cameras, but I think they just don't use them. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, it's Motorola, it doesn't have good cameras. I think the cameras are pretty good, especially the primary shooter. You don't have a telephoto camera, but that's also an issue you have with the S25 Edge. There's no telephoto camera, and that's one of the benefits you get of getting an Ultra phone. I mean, you get the stylus, you get DeX, you get the 200 megapixel camera, you get the telephoto. You get, two telephotos with the Ultra, and it's the same price. And you also get that 7 years of support, monthly security patches, all those things, faster updates. So, I think the S25 Ultra is still a better phone. But I wanted to finally be like, okay, could I quit using a flagship level phone to go use the first, I think, true flagship level flip phone, and it holds its weight, it does really well, and I really love this phone. So if you've been in the market, if you've been interested, I would say if you're not in a hurry, wait maybe another month, because I can almost guarantee you once the Z Flip goes on sale, this sucker is going to go on sale. And if you could get this model for $999 or $899 or something like that, it would be an absolute steal. It'd be an amazing phone. And then you won't have that other big problem, which is the $1299 price point. And it's even more expensive for the 1 terabyte. So it's an expensive phone. It makes sense it's an expensive phone because they packed all that flagship stuff, all these major improvements, into a flip phone. Like, flip phones still have compromises. It still has a foldable, bendable screen, right? It's more fragile, But man, it's fun. And I really love having a flip phone. So, yeah, I think the RAZR Ultra is just as good as the S25 Ultra from a day-to-day performance perspective. And it just depends on, do you want a flip phone, or do you want a phone with an S Pen, or do you want an Edge with the thin phone? It's not a matter of compromises. We're not sitting here going, okay, you can use it, but you have to compromise. The only real compromise is a telephoto. And, well, I've been using 2 phones without telephoto cameras for the last couple of weeks, and it doesn't really bother me that much. So that's all I got. If you have any questions, comments, gripes, concerns, complaints, all those things, please, of course, go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.